So I have a story that has to do with grenades. You know that those small hand bombs, you take the tops off and you throw them in the air and they explode. Well, I have a little more to explain. So the U.S. Army desperately needed to recruit more soldiers. So there was a huge line of men waiting to be recruited. And I was online, and it was my turn. And when he looked at me, he was like, "Oh, you're deaf. You're not able to qualify in the Army." But I told him, "Yeah, I'm able to qualify. I was part of the Army many years ago." So the head officer in charge, he came up to the guy and he asked him what's wrong. He looked at him and he said, "This guy is not able to qualify." He looked at the name and he didn't really recognize his name until he took off his glasses and he recognized me right away. He's like, "Oh, I know you. You're very important. We need you part of the team." So I got recruited. So there was this huge line of men standing there, and another sergeant came up and he would ask for our names. And every time he asked for our names, he would tell them what they're qualified for. One would be a private working on land, another one would be working in the air, and the other one would be working in a tank, and so on and so forth. And then it was my turn. Sergeant looked at my name, and he said, "Oh, okay, the sergeant told me you are very qualified. You are very important, and you're going to be working with hand grenade bombs." So we were out on the field. I was with this other guy who was hearing, by the way. And then we approached these enemies. So my partner would start shooting at them, and I would count to 6, throw the hand grenade bomb, and take them all out. The guy looked at me and he's like, "Wow, you are really good at this." So we were on the move, looking around, found more enemies, and again, my partner started shooting, and I was all set to throw the bomb. I counted to 6, threw the bomb, and more people were taken out. He looked at me, he's like, "Wow, way to go, dude. You're doing awesome." So we were on the move again, and then all of a sudden a plane came towards us. So I was ready to throw the bomb in the air, and I counted to 6, 7, and the plane came in contact with my grenade, and it went down. He looked at me again, he's like, "Wow, you are really, really good at this. I keep saying this, but you know what? I really want to learn. I want to use the hand grenade." And I told him, "Listen, it's really important the way you count. You have to count the way I do. You have to use one hand." It's like, "Okay, all right, show me." So we were practicing the numbers. He was fine with numbers 1 through 5, but then when I was teaching him numbers 6 through 10, he had a little bit of difficulty. But he got it. He understood. So I handed him the grenade, and he was so excited, and he was ready to go. So we were searching around for more enemies. I told him, look, there's the enemies. All right, do your thing." So he was prepared with his grenade, and he started counting with his one hand, grenade in the other hand. But then he couldn't remember numbers 6 through 10, so he put the grenade under his arm, and he used his other hand and proceeded to count through numbers 6 through 10. Before you know it, he got taken out. He didn't understand. We use one hand to count the numbers, but instead he used his second hand to continue counting numbers 6 through 10. So silly. And that's my story. Deaf power, yeah.